Cathy Bernardi, and hang on, because I can't do two things at one time. Thanks.
Cathy, you're a Monroeville resident?
I am, Regal Court.
Welcome.
Oh, thanks. So I don't belong to Bel Air. I'm the Marlin swim coach, and so if you don't know swimming, and I would bet none of you really do, in Monroeville we have a year-round swim program, and I'm one of their coaches. But I actually am a member of Haymaker, and I grew up in Monroeville, and my sister's on the record board at Gateway Heights. So I certainly have some familiar, and my son swims for the JCC, and Marlin's is practicing at the wave pool. So when you guys are throwing out these pool options, I'm sitting here kind of giggling because my daughter, who swims Monday, Wednesday, Friday at the wave pool, when someone said, something about the wave pool, she leaned over and said, "It's a dump." And it's lovely. We're appreciative of Allegheny County for letting the Marlins practice there 3 days a week for a lot of money, but we're appreciative. But if you were there at 9 o'clock in the morning and saw the sheer amount of garbage that's left in that pool every day, you'd be grossed out, as we are. My son swims at the JCC, and when the Marlins asked the JCC Sailfish for an opportunity to use their pool, the answer was no. That pool is reserved for the JCC Sailfish. So I'm not sure how that can be an option for any swim teams, but that's not my problem so much as this. I'm a resident of Monroeville, and a selling point in Monroeville is not just the private pools, but it's the community pool and all of the community things that are offered. I teach at Norwin, and so God knows I hear a lot in North Huntington about the evils that are Monroeville. They're scared of Gateway in North Huntington. They're scared of the mall. They think that I must be very brave and walk around like, Kevlar vests or something in Monroeville. They have no idea how awesome our community is, and I just kind of think shame on them because they don't know what they're missing. We live in an exceptional community. And one of the great things about this community is our school district. It's a great one. But also, the other great thing about our community is that we have so many things for so many people. And the pool is a place that's not just for swim team, and I have a vested interest in swimming in this community. But the pool itself, and I can't help but reiterate, as a member of this community who has I don't send my kid to any Parks and Rec thing at Bel Air. My kids don't swim. My kids swim for me at Haymaker. But what we offer in this community is huge, and to eliminate that for a hope and a promise and no plan is really short-sighted for just those of us who aren't Bel Air members. There are people in here who don't belong to Bel Air, and we're just invested in Monroeville. And so not all of these people, I just want to make sure these aren't just Monroeville people, and they aren't just they're not just Bel Air people, and they're not just Bel Air swimmers. There are Monroeville residents in here who have just a concern for Monroeville. I really would ask that before you just take $900,000, which is a lot of money, I recognize that, of course I do, but before you take that and then it's gone, I would just ask that you consider the value to the community, because I would bet that probably none of your kids were ever swimmers. I would bet that you guys probably don't often go to the community pools, so you had no idea that there is a huge, huge thing here in Monroeville, but there is. And I would hope that these last few meetings have kind of clued you in that there are people who are very invested in the community pools that you probably just didn't even expect. So again, I would say, I think we need to have some sort of plan before we shut down the pool, because as a member of the Monroeville community, I find that pool very necessary.